Welcome back to the vlog. I'm Michaela. If you like cozy, chatty vlogs that feel like you're on FaceTime with your bestie, then you are in the right place. Okay, so it is Monday evening. I just got home from work. It's actually 6 o'clock. I just got home from work. Clearly, I did not try today, okay? I did rep my Falcons who won yesterday, but yeah, I didn't do anything. So I'm also kind of in a little bit of a funk today. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna pull ourselves up out of that. I'm gonna do a little bit of a maintenance day / night. So I'm going to wash my hair and then I'm gonna try to give myself a little retwist. Something slight. I feel like sometimes you're not sad, girl. You're not depressed. You just need a retwist. You just need your hair done. That's all it is. So we're gonna see if that does the trick. What else? We're also going to cook some food and hopefully that can last us until like at least Wednesday or whatever. We're gonna make an attempt at meal prepping some food. So I think I'm gonna make some ground beef with sweet potato, broccoli, and then I think I want to put like a creamy chipotle mayo type sauce on top of it. But I don't think I have any, so I may have to make a run to the store. So we may do that first and then wash our hair and retwist when we get back. We'll figure it out. But anyway, so glad you're here. Give me a minute. I'm going to figure out my life for a second and then I'll take you with me. Okay, so slight change of plans. My husband was already cooking and when I got home, and he ended up making burgers and asked me if I wanted one, so I was like, sure. So I'm gonna save the meal that I was gonna cook for tomorrow or something. No, I'm gonna save that for another day. And I'm going to meal prep some salmon tomorrow. So I already wrote myself a little note to take out the salmon in the morning so it can thaw. And then I made an effort to be healthier. I made a Mediterranean vegetable mix to go with my burger. So that's what I'm gonna have for dinner. And then me and my husband are gonna sit and watch 90 Day Fiance. And then I wash my hair. Child, this is such a chaotic evening. Change of plans again because I realized that I'm out of conditioner, but then I also realized that my supervisor gave me a little gift card for Christmas. So I have a little bit of money to spend. I figured, why not go ahead and make a quick run to the beauty supply store and pick up my things so I can do my maintenance evening the right way. And then I'm actually going to just do my retwist while me and my husband watch 90 Day Fiance because those episodes are like 2 hours, so it just makes sense for me to wash my hair before and then just like sit and twist my hair up while we watch the show. So I'm gonna do that and then I will talk to you when we get to the beauty supply store. Okay, I got my stuff and I basically just used up like most of the gift card. I also got a little pink spray bottle to keep my locks moisturized because right now what I'm using is just an old bottle that used to have some rose water in it, and I've just been refilling it with water and oil and stuff like that, or my own different types of like rosemary water or whatever. So I wanted an actual spray bottle that could do the continuous fine mist because one of my goals that I just kind of realized today is that I want to take better care of my locks. Like right now I have some locks that are thinning. I'll probably show you after I wash my hair, but I have some locks that are kind of thinning and some locks that are breaking off at the ends. So I was telling myself earlier, like, I would not mind at some point maybe like cutting the dead ends of my locks off, like once they grow longer. Like, I'm not gonna comb out my locks or cut them off. I don't think that's my ministry personally, to comb out my locks, but I can see myself cutting them to a healthy length. And so in order to do that, I need to start taking care of my locks from the scalp. And part of that means keeping them moisturized, because I think the fact that they're just dry is a big part of why they're thinning and breaking off. And I'm constantly like retwisting or putting it up in ponytails. So I want to focus more on like lock health than looks, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's another journey that I'll take y'all on. I got the stuff, and let's get back to the house so we can get this process over with. Okay, hey girl, I just conditioned my hair and I'm letting it sit for 10 to 20 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 20 minutes. 20 minutes? Starting now. Cool. So timer for 20 minutes is set. That's how long I'm gonna let this sit in. So this is the Jamaican Mango and Lime Protein Conditioner. It's made with moringa oil, peppermint oil, manuka honey, and sunflower oil. So that is what I use to condition my locks. And then I wash or shampoo with the Talia Wajid Love My Locks collection. This is the Honey Mint Clarifying Shampoo. So I do 2 washes with this. And then I put this in. Another thing, if you don't know, so with locks, when I shampoo, I only kind of get the root. And then when I condition, I focus on the actual locks. So I put a cap on. I'm going to let that sit for 20 minutes. And then I'm going to get back in the shower and rinse it out. Okay, hair is conditioned and rinsed. And I know this isn't a great towel to be using for locks. I need to get a black microfiber ASAP. But another change of plans. I realized while I was waiting for my hair to condition that I can't find my clips. I'm always buying new clips and they're always disappearing. I need to figure that out because that is driving me crazy. But yeah, instead of retwisting, we are just gonna throw my hair in some braids, and then yeah, we're just gonna do a braid out. We're gonna do a braid out. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna sit under the dryer. Yeah, I have to. I have to. Okay, so yeah, we pivot, you know, but I still feel good having my hair washed and just feeling clean. If you can't tell, I do shower in the dark, and I have a little shower lamp over there that can like turn different colors and stuff, so I just make it a vibe in here. So I feel good. I have my robe on. I'm getting ready to watch TV with my husband, and I'm just gonna call it a night. A win is a win. All right. Wait, real quick. Let's do a length check. My hair is always the longest right out of the shower because I guess it's all weighed down with water and stuff. But so this is where I'm at. That's my locks. They're getting so super long. And I love them. Oh, and I did want to show y'all. Okay, so like these two. So this is one of my locks that have like the end broke off. That's why I have this little curly end right there. It's actually really cute though. But yeah, I kind of just keep that out. There's another one right there. Maybe it's over here. Yeah, this one is also short. So these two don't even fit in my low pony anymore. And then there's one that just broke off today. No, that's not it, but this is thinning. You see that? Yeah, you see that? Like, that's crazy. Yeah, so we're gonna be prioritizing lock health. We're gonna figure out how to take care of our locks, and unfortunately, we're just gonna have to research and do it on our own because a loctician is just not in the budget. It's just not in the budget. I do my own retwist. My aunt will retwist my hair for me, so it's like basically me and her are the only ones that touch my hair. So I think I'm just gonna tell her that our goal for this year is to learn how to become locticians so that we can take care of my locks. But yeah, so that's what I was talking about. That's so devastating. Like, this is all gonna fall off. This whole part is gonna fall off right there. I hate that. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Oh, my babies. I'm gonna do better. I gotta do better, y'all. I'm gonna be gentle with myself and remember that I've been struggling with undiagnosed and unmedicated depression for so long that like I'm coming out of a fog, and that just means sometimes having to kind of play catch up with things like your hair. We're gonna get it together. Let me stop rambling. Let me stop yapping, and I'm gonna go ahead and get my jammies on and head downstairs. I don't know.
See, and if you look at all the resources, if you look at the resources on the website, we talk about those things. Go plan, go create, go publish. I thought about that in the gym today. I was like, wait, hold on.
That's good.
I know. And I was doing this, and I was like, and I didn't put
Hey girl, I'm having a morning. I'm having a day. It's not even morning anymore. It's 12:15 and I've been having a day since I woke up. Let's start with the fact that I woke up late. Let's start with the fact that my hair was still wet despite my trying my absolute hardest to dry it, even if it meant going to bed later than I needed to and getting a horrible sleep score. I wear my watch to sleep, so Apple tracked my vitals overnight and tells me how I slept. And it said I slept horribly last night because I did not get to bed on time because I was trying to dry these locks. But if you have locks, you know that they take 20,000 years to dry, so they were not dry when I woke up this morning. My braid out did not come out, and because my locks didn't dry fully or completely or whatever, my locks smell like mildew, so I gotta figure out how to get rid of that smell. I may have to wash my hair again. Who the fuck knows? I couldn't find anything I needed. What really made me crash out was I had left myself a note. If you remember from yesterday, I left myself a note to take out the salmon out of the freezer and put it in the fridge to thaw, because it's frozen salmon. You have to take it out of the packaging and put it in a container and set it in the fridge for 8 to 10 hours. So I said, perfect. I'll do that when I'm leaving for work in the morning. By the time I get back, it'll be thawed and I can cook dinner as soon as I get home. I could not for the life of me find a container to put the freaking salmon in. So now I'm crashing out and I'm like, where the freak are my containers? Are they being thrown away? Are they growing legs and walking away? Like, what's going on? Why can't I find any of my containers? All we have is these sectioned off meal prep containers, and those aren't deep enough or big enough to fit the little salmon fillets that I have. So I had to figure something out. I had to improvise, put it in like a little metal bowl and cover it with some saran wrap. So hopefully that is fine in the fridge. But I finally was able to do that. That was not it. But I was having a morning. I was just having a morning. I was just not in a good mood. I'm irritated because I need a refill on my medications. My job just switched health insurances, so I have a new health insurance now, and I've been trying to get in contact with these people to schedule an appointment. I have an appointment this evening, a virtual one, but I don't know if it's the appointment I need. I don't know. I tried. I tried to call the people. I tried to be an adult and call the people and make an appointment, and this is what happened. See, this is why I don't do that. I'm so irritated. I'm so irritated by that because I need my medications refilled, or else it's going to be everybody's problem. If I don't get my antidepressants refilled, it's going to be everybody's problem. So it's in everyone's best interest that I get my prescription refilled. We'll see. We'll see how that goes because I'm going to be out of meds by next week. Then I sat here and I filmed myself doing this whole face in an effort to still be resilient and still try to do something and pull myself out of this hole. And I went to go look back at the footage because I was trying to use the new mic that I got for my birthday or for Christmas or one of them holidays, and no sound, no audio in the clips whatsoever. So how's your day going? Yeah, because I'm not having a good time. It's almost time for lunch. Thank God. So, what we're going to do, we're going to figure out what we want to eat for lunch. We're going to go get a car wash, clean our car out, clean the office up. We're just gonna clean and de-stress. I'm also gonna do some journaling because I did say that was one of my goals for this year, and I haven't journaled yet once this year. So let's do that today. Today seems like a good day to do that before I really crash out. So we're gonna do that, and I guess I will just I'll take y'all with me to the car wash, and I'll see you when we get there. Bro, do y'all see what I be talking about? Like, this little members only vacuum bay is never full. It's never full. But on the one day where I just can't take anymore, it's full. The amount of times I'm having to come on here and say change of plans, it's really starting to get to me. The freaking gas station vacuum bay is disgusting. The floor is wet and slippery everywhere. I can't even get close enough to my car to vacuum it. Not to mention the vacuum on the driver's side, which is the main one I need, doesn't freaking work. I'm not dealing with this. I just threw out the trash I have in my car. I'm just gonna go back to my office and I'm just gonna sit in silence. I have an hour until I have to run a group, so I'm just gonna sit in silence and recalibrate. I cannot believe, I'm literally trying so hard to pull myself out of a funk that I've been in since the new year began. And everything I try to do to take care of myself, to soothe myself, to de-stress, to take action, is backfiring on me. I don't know what to do. So, yeah. I'll talk to you later, girl. Okay, part 50 of trying to pull myself out of this slump. I'm gonna try some tea. I'm trying to show y'all the label. It says calm. But I'm gonna make myself some tea because the group that I have to lead is in the classroom right next to my office. So, yeah, I'm just gonna bring my mug in. I actually painted this mug at a pottery studio at the mall in my house. So, very cute, very personal, very unique. I'm gonna make myself some tea. I've already prepared for my group. I have the little activity I made that we're gonna do today. We're just gonna get through the rest of the day. We got this, girl. Okay, group is done, and so far this vlog is not getting any happier. It was one of those groups where it just wasn't flowing. It was like pulling teeth. People weren't engaging with the activity the way that they were supposed to. It just wasn't the most energy filled group. And I think that's the worst, like when you try your best to pull yourself together to get up in front of a class and lead a group, and sometimes the groups refill you and give you energy because they're good groups, and other times they just drain you more. So I'm gonna keep checking you through this day with me, because at some point it's gonna get better. You know what? Sometimes you've done all you can, and the only other thing you can try is fresh McDonald's French fries and a crispy Diet Coke. Sometimes this is the best thing that you can do for yourself. This is the kind of day I'm having. That 75 hard challenge, not in effect at all. We're going to have to run that back in spring or something, because the way January is already starting off, I don't know what y'all want me to do. I really don't. I'm trying my best. Y'all have been witness to this slow descent into madness. What started as, let me try and do all the things that make me feel good so I can get out of my funk, has now turned into all of those things backfiring and putting me deeper into a funk. Now I don't want to do anything. So that's where I'm at. Hold on. Now, one thing that will make me happy, one thing that will never disappoint me, is a crispy Diet Coke with, hold on, it's somewhere in here. I hope. I'm gonna be real mad if it's not. I'm gonna be real mad if it's not. I'm gonna be real mad. Wait! Someone better tell me something right now. Do you see? Yeah. Okay. Where the heck? I can't make this up. I can't write this stuff. So I'm looking for some True Line packets, right? I bought some True Line packets because my favorite little bevy right now, my favorite bevy recently has been a Diet Coke with lime. And so in order to do that, I get those little True Line packets and I just pop one of those in my sodas. I keep the whole box in my office, and I remember specifically being like, oh, but when I'm not in my office and I want some lime, like what am I supposed to do? I specifically remember taking some home with me, and then I put it along with like some little sugar sweetener packets in a little glasses case like this. And I thought that I put it in my like backup stuff bag in my car. Wait, hold on, let me try one more thing. Okay, no. Yeah, I thought I put it in my little backup bag in my car, and I don't see it. So even the Diet Coke is disappointing me. I just don't know. I don't know. Yeah. At this point, nothing even matters. I swear I can't make this stuff up. I got home, I immediately came and cleaned my kitchen in preparation to go ahead and cook some salmon, some rice, and some stuff to meal prep. My salmon's still half frozen. Now I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat. I can't win today to save my life because what is going on? Like, it's just minor inconvenience after minor inconvenience. Anyway, I'm gonna figure something out. Oh, also did not get to go on the walk. Remember I said I was gonna try going on a walk because that's proven to like make me feel better when I'm in a funk. By the time I got home, sun was set. It was dark. Walk was dead. So what's on my shirt? Real life. Yeah. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do for the rest of the night. Honestly, I might just go lay down. I'm just gonna go lie down, open my Kindle, read. That's all I got for y'all for the rest of the night. I'm calling it. I've cut the cameras. I'm calling it. I will see y'all tomorrow for the rest of this work week vlog, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. We're just gonna start over and we're just gonna try this whole thing again. Decided to go ahead and make some breakfast snack boxes. Those are ready. One of my eggs was like busted, so I just didn't use that one. So another little minor inconvenience to add to the list of things happening today. Yay. But at least something got done, and I did end up going ahead and cooking the salmon. The middle is still frozen, but I'm just gonna make sure that it is cooked all the way through, and it should be fine. You can cook meat from frozen. I tried to thaw it out as much as I could. I'm just irritated that it didn't work the way that I thought it was gonna work, especially since I specifically planned, like, let me show y'all actually. I wrote myself a note on some mail last night. Take salmon out to thaw, because the instructions on the bag said to thaw them in the refrigerator for 8 to 10 hours. It looks pretty good. How you turn this on? Okay. Let's get into the thickest part. It's over 1:45. Okay. So I had my dinner. It was good. I felt better a little bit now that I've eaten. And I did something else to try and make myself happy and bring myself out of my funk. I made cookies. And I'm reading on my Kindle. It is 9:30. I have the whole rest of the night to read and eat my cookies. This is just proof that resilience is important. Resilience means continuing to pick yourself back up after you are continuously getting knocked down, and that has literally been the definition of my day. So I'm gonna enjoy my cookies. I'm gonna finish reading, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, girl. Bye. It's a brand new day. Let's get ready to go to work. Gotta take our meds. I love finding little ways to romanticize my life, so I do take my meds with water in a champagne glass. Cheers. We gotta make sure we don't forget our little snacks. So I got some cookies that I made last night. And grab. Boom. And got my grapes and strawberries and eggs. We made it to work, and it's already a better day. We got a refresher from Dunkin'. I did the mix your own refresher, and I did the mango pineapple with the strawberry jackfruit. It's really good. And then I have my little snackle box I made yesterday with the eggs, and I had some salt and pepper I put on there, and then my fruit. So I'm good. I'm having me a good little breakfast. The main thing I had on my calendar today was some assessments that I have to do, and I'm about to send out the email, and the number of assessments that we have to do is less than the number I thought it was gonna be. So far it's looking like we might be able to have a good day, and we might actually be able to get out of this funk. So stay tuned. Hey girl. Okay, so let's talk about how the day has been, because I've not been vlogging much at all. It's been a little bit of a better day. I did have that really good, healthy little like breakfast snack box this morning. So it felt good to like put something good in my body. It felt good to push past some feelings of rejection and just a lack of direction that I was having today, and continue to push forward past that and persist with what I was doing despite not getting results previously. Yeah, I'm feeling okay. I am coming up to the end of my workday. I'm all caught up on the work that I had to get done. So I kind of just, it was a lock-in day. It was a lock-in, feel better. So what I'm gonna do, I'm getting ready to head home, and then when I get home, I want to talk a little bit more about resilience, what that looks like, and what resilience has looked like for me the past couple of days. And we're gonna do that in my lady lounge, and I'm actually gonna make that a new series. Like whenever something happens in my real life that reminds me of a life lesson that I feel like I want to share, we're gonna record it in my lady lounge, and we're gonna call it Lady Lounge Lessons. So the first lady lounge lesson is gonna be tonight on resilience. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about that, because it's always been something that I've admired about myself, And this past couple days was really a test of my resilience. And so I just want to talk about how you push through and recover from a bad day, and continue to be resilient. All right. So I'll talk to you later when I get home. Bye, girl. Hey, girl, and welcome to the very first Lady Lounge Lessons. So, if you have watched to this point in the vlog, then you have seen my past few days just go horribly wrong for no reason. It's actually kind of crazy because I started off this vlog thinking that it was going to be about pulling myself out of a funk or pulling myself out of a rut and doing all these things that I know are healthy, that I know are good for my mental health, that I know bring me energy and bring me joy. And everything ended up backfiring on me and actually putting me deeper into my pit. So I honestly thought that this video was about to be literally me documenting, like, oh my gosh, this is just the worst day. I don't even know if I want to post this video because it's actually getting kind of depressing just seeing how everything that I'm trying to do keeps going wrong. But then I thought about it. I ended up pushing through the day yesterday, and then today I kind of like tried to do a mental reset, and I ended up having a pretty good rest of my day. And so I said, you know what? One of the things that I admire the most about myself is my resilience, and I feel like I really demonstrated that today. So I would love to sit and talk with my girlies about resilience, what that means, what that looks like, and how to develop resilience if you feel like you don't have enough of it in your life. Let me give you my credentials really quick. So I have a bachelor's degree in psychology and I have a master's degree in clinical counseling psychology. I worked as a therapist before I transitioned into the corporate world, and now I am back working in the mental health sector as a career counselor. So a lot of what I talk about on a day-to-day basis is like exploring your strengths, your values, your interests, discovering your passions and following those, goal setting, things like that. So I'm definitely going to bring a lot of that into um, this channel and into the things that I share on this channel. Also, in addition to being a career counselor, I'm also certified in ADHD career strategy. So my focus, or one of my main focuses in career counseling, is working with people who are neurodivergent to help them identify their strengths, but also tools to navigate just neurodivergence in the workplace. So those are my credentials. Let's get into it. So the first thing I wanted to mention is, what even is resilience? So resilience is defined as a psychological quality that allows some people to be knocked down by life and come back at least as stronger as before. In other words, resilience is your ability to bounce back from life's challenges instead of letting the challenges of life knock you down, because they will come. We know that it's inevitable. Having resilience allows you to take those challenges, maybe reframe them, learn from them, whatever you have to do, but you end up coming out on the other side as strong as or stronger than you were before. And so there are some things that can create resilience. So a positive attitude creates resilience, or being able to foster a positive attitude, having an optimistic outlook on the future can create resilience, because when you think about the future as inherently positive, or when you inherently believe that good things can and or will happen, then that is in turn going to shape how you perceive the things that are happening in your life and how you react to them, right? So that's why that creates resilience. Emotional regulation, if you have good emotional regulation skills and you're able to maybe calm yourself down when you start getting frustrated or when you're getting triggered, those are things that can create better resilience in you, as well as seeing failure as helpful feedback. And this is something I talk about all the time in my goal setting class, where I described like how I've restarted my workout journey so many times in the past. And every time, even though technically I would like start a journey, get a trainer, start a workout plan, and then fall off, I would fail, right? I feel like I never saw them as failures. I always saw them as lessons learned. So every time I fall off of my gym routine, I was able to identify what went wrong or what happened that caused me to fall off. So by the end of like my fourth time restarting my fitness journey, I knew what types of workouts worked for me and what types of workouts didn't. I knew what times of day I could commit to working out and what times of day I was not able to commit to working out. Even down to like what days of the week were better, what kind of like workout split was better for me to do. So I just saw all those failures as lessons and kind of learned from them. And each time I restarted my workout journey, it did get a little bit better and a little bit better. Another thing to notice about resilience is that when resilient people go through life challenges, it's not that you recover effortlessly. Usually, what happens is you find a new path or you grow in different ways. So, a few different ways that you can grow is through going through the challenges and bouncing back and coming back from them. You become aware of the unexpected strengths as they rise to each challenge. So, as you go through things, you kind of start to learn as you get through things, right? You kind of start to learn what are the strengths or what are the positive traits about myself that helped me to get through these things. This is something that I do a lot with my clients. I do a lot of strength identification exercises because there's oftentimes there are things that we're just inherently good at or strengths that we inherently have that we can find ways to use to combat the things that are hard for us. So you become aware of your strengths. That's one way that you grow. The second way is that you recognize the friendships and the relationships that remain and offer support, and you start to prioritize those healthier relationships. So, for a good example for me, going through these past couple of days, I would say that my husband was a huge support system for me because yesterday, when I came home from work after having that whole horrible day at work, I came home just knowing that I was going to cook my food. I was gonna have healthy meals prepped for at least a couple days. And then I came home and the salmon that I was thawing wasn't thawed out as much as I wanted it to be. And I was really about to just give up. But my husband really motivated me and he was like, just cook the food anyway. Like, you can quickly thaw out the rest. You can cook it from frozen. Like, it'll be okay. Just cook the food anyway. And I did it, and it ended up really turning the tide for me and how the rest of my night and my next day went. So, you just recognize like the people that you have in your life and the relationship that you have in your life that support you. So, on the flip side of that, you also notice who's not there to support you. You also notice like who you don't reach out to or who doesn't reach out to you when they know that you're going through something. And so that just helps you to be able to better prioritize the relationships that are feeding into you in the ways that you need in the moment. And another way that you grow is by gaining a new and possibly more focused perspective on what's really important. So maybe a big part of what's been going on with you is things are falling through that you thought were important, but as you kind of work through those situations, you realize what you thought was important really isn't as important or isn't as much of a priority. And so it allows for a little bit of recalibration of your goals and your values and your priorities and things of that nature, right? So 6 signs of resilience. So these are things that can facilitate resilience, meaning they can make you more resilient or help you get through a situation with resilience, or they can be indicators that you are already a resilient person or that you already have the qualities in you to be a resilient person. So, one is your ability to reframe things as they happen. So, maybe you're a person that never really gets mad when there's traffic or when something delays you from leaving the house on time because you're thinking in your head that delay was protecting me from something worse that could have happened if I had left the house. That kind of reframing. You understand the power of positive emotions. So, maybe when you are upset, instead of leaning into that sadness and maybe like sinking deeper into it, listening to sad music, talking to people that make you feel more sad, things like that. You try to do the opposite action, which is doing the things that make you happy, intentionally trying to make yourself experience those more positive emotions. The third sign of resilience is physical activity. So, this is both a facilitator and an indicator. Usually, if you have a regular workout routine, if you are regularly moving your body physically, it's gonna in general make you happier, less susceptible to stress, and all those things, right? But then also, it is an indi- so it's an indicator of resilience in that way. It's also a facilitator of resilience in the sense that sometimes when you're going through things, intentionally getting up and moving your body can help, especially when you don't want to, especially when you're like, the last thing I want to do right now is get up and go to the gym or get up and go on a walk. But when you know that it's going to help you and you choose to get up and do it anyway, you are building your resilience right there. The fourth is social networks. This is a good facilitator or indicator of resilience if you have a strong support network that you know that you can lean on. And then the fifth sign of resilience is knowing your signature strengths. So this is kind of what I touched on earlier. But if you do some strength identification, you think about what were the things you were good at when you were younger? What are the things that you enjoy doing? What are the things that you get energy from doing? You also think about what do other people tell me I'm good at? Because I've noticed, especially for myself, that sometimes it's hard for us to recognize our own positive qualities and attributes until someone else tells us, hey, I've noticed that you're really, really XYZ, or I love ABC about you. So that's another really good way to recognize your strengths that I tell my clients all the time. Ask the people in your life, ask the people in your support system, what do they notice about you? What do they see are your strengths? And the sixth sign of resilience is having optimism toward the future, which I already talked about earlier. But if you are just an inherently optimistic person, or maybe you're not an inherently optimistic person, but in the face of adversity, you intentionally seek out an optimistic point of view, that is going to help you to be more resilient. So, a few of the resilience skills that really helped me in the past few days, one of them was goal setting, and this was kind of something that came naturally because we are in the beginning of the year. So, I just did my goal setting for the new year. And so, goal setting is just defining and setting well defined and achievable goals and taking small steps towards those goals. And I think because I had just done my reflecting on the past year and I had just set my 2026 goals, I had in mind what my goals were. And so having a good understanding of my goals helped me not only take small steps to just like recover from the horrible days I was having, but refocus myself and know like and I be able to pinpoint what I need to focus on right now instead of getting overwhelmed and frustrated thinking about everything all at one time. So that was something that helped a lot. Another skill that helped me was building support networks. So this is just maintaining a solid network of support. And like I mentioned earlier, my husband was a big one for me these past couple of days. Another skill is practicing self care, and this is just doing activities that promote physical, emotional, and mental well being. And so, one thing that I did today actually on my lunch break, I got out of the office, I got in my car, I drove to a nearby park, I was looking at the trees, it was quiet, it was peaceful, I was reading my book, and so that was something that really promoted my emotional and my mental well-being. And as far as my physical well-being, even though I didn't get to go on my walk, I still stuck with like cooking my meals when I could have easily said forget it and just gone and gotten fast food again for the second time that day. I stuck to it. I cooked my meals and I felt really good. I prepped my snack boxes for work the next day, so the hard boiled eggs and the fruit that I had, and it made me feel really good this morning to have an actual breakfast because I always skip breakfast, not recommended, but it made me feel really good to have an actual breakfast, and it carried me through the day. I wasn't like starving by 11 a.m. like I usually am when I skip breakfast, so it made me feel good physically, and that was self-care. And then another skill that really helped me was just developing self awareness. So, self awareness is when you have a good understanding of your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors. And a big part of self awareness is that you know when it is time to seek help. And I think in these past couple of days, I have a lot of self awareness of like, what are the emotions that I'm feeling right now? I'm feeling frustrated, I'm feeling annoyed, I'm feeling irritated. I do a pretty good job of like when I'm feeling anything, I try to name that emotion. I try to name that emotion so I can know what it is, where it's coming from, and what do I do to cope with that. in a healthy way, right? And for the second part of that developing self-awareness, I knew when it was time to seek help. I knew when I needed to kind of just like go to my husband and just be like, I'm not having a good day right now. Like, I need some support. I knew when it was time to go ahead and make an appointment and talk to the lady. You know, I knew when it was time to go ahead and order a refill on my medications, because I knew that that's what I'm gonna need. And so doing the things and like knowing yourself enough to do the things that you need in that moment, because without self-awareness, if you can't identify your emotions, if you can't evaluate your thoughts and behaviors as they're happening and learn how to shift or to navigate them, then yeah, that's gonna make it harder to deal with the things that life throws your way. So hopefully throughout this vlog, you noticed what I did was noticing my frustration, identifying what was happening around me, not letting myself give up on the day, even though it felt unsalvageable. I tried something else. When one thing failed, I kept trying something else and I kept trying something else. And I wasn't gonna just let the whole day or the whole night go to waste just because it's been going bad so far. So if you don't take anything else away from this Lady Lounge lesson today, just remember that sometimes resilience just means not quitting on the day and just getting through the day and making it to the next day so that you can say it's a new day, it's a fresh start, and today's gonna be a better one. So I hope that this vlog encouraged you as interesting as it is. I really thought that this was going to be, it went from being a motivational vlog to being a depressing vlog, and now it's feeling pretty motivational again and maybe even a little bit educational for you. So drop in the comments, let me know if you like these Lady Lounge lessons. What other concepts or what other things do you feel like you want me to talk about? I'm happy to do more of these sit down videos where we kind of just chat about things and I get to share some of my knowledge and wisdom and insight with you, my girly pops. All right, so thank you so much for sitting with me and thanks for checking out the vlog. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here and I will see you in the next one. Bye, girl.